What's up, internet? Welcome back. It is a glorious day, man. I think mid 60s, mid upper 60s. Not a cloud in the sky. Love the sunshine. So warm. I'm actually wearing a t-shirt. Got my armor on. It's like February 2nd. It's crazy. And of course, I've talked about it before. Colorado has some schizophrenic weather going on all the time. They got a saying here, like, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. So in classic Colorado fashion, I think we're getting a snowstorm tomorrow. So I'm heading over to the Garden of Gods to fly my drone. On the way there, I'm going to rant about something. If you don't want to hear the rant, please feel free to skip ahead. It'll probably take a minute or so. Can't remember what I was going to rant about. Oh yeah! So, I haven't rode motocross for a couple weeks and kind of itching to ride moto. And let me tell you what, man, it was super hard not to go to the motocross track today because the weather is so nice and I haven't ridden in a few weeks and I just got the bug to go ride. But I decided against it because over the years I've kind of learned that I don't like to go ride motocross unless I'm 100% physically. I don't like to go ride and not be able to push because of some injury, and I've had plenty of them. Knees, shoulders, you name it, it's happened. So I've been having some issue with my leg lately. Some people probably say, oh, you're getting old, monkey butt. Well, you know, screw you. I am getting older. There's also another aspect to it. I've done things where I've gone riding and I had a problem with one of my knees, my right knee. And so every right hand turn on the track, I'm going slow enough to ensure that I won't have to put my knee down and put any weight on it. And so one time I was riding with this guy, and I'm generally faster than he was, and he couldn't understand. I was riding with him and he couldn't understand, you know, why I didn't pass him. And it was because every right hand turn he'd walk away from me because I was going super slow just to make sure I didn't have to put my foot down. And then I'd catch back up through the left hand turns, but then I would slow back down through the right hand turns again to just ensure that I didn't aggravate this knee injury, right? And then, you know, it gets thrown back in my face. What the heck was that, dude? Slow down already, man. That freaked me out. I thought that was my bike. I guess it was his horn. That was weird. So, and there were multiple instances like that. So I've just gotten to the point where it's like, I don't even want to show up if I can't ride and push the way I know how. That way there's no excuses, you know? That's my rant. That's why I didn't go ride motocross today. My left leg has been giving me some fits these last couple of weeks, and it's just not 100% in terms of strength, and I'm just afraid if I over jump something and just have a really hard landing, my left leg's not going to be able to withstand that kind of abuse. So it's better just to not go. Like I said, it's not fun riding around at 50% or 70%. I want to be able to ride free and push hard, and that's what I enjoy. So if I can't do that, I try not to go. Think all the times I ride down this road, I would not hit that bump. But nope. Yep, this is the Garden of the Gods. It is pretty epic scenery. Can't argue that. Hopefully we'll find a good spot and get some decent drone footage. I'll tell you what I think. This is my first drone, so I've got nothing really to base my experience off of. So I quickly realized I was not skilled enough to be trying to fly my drone where I was trying to fly amongst all the little trees and bushes. I mean, I didn't really give myself a big enough landing and taking off place or location. So to give this thing a proper review, because I was so focused, I wasn't talking, I really didn't do a good job of pointing out the features and the things that I like and don't like about the drone. So we're gonna go to another location that's more for drone beginners, which I certainly am. Plus it's fairly windy today, and that just exaggerated my lack of skill. So we're gonna find something a little bit easier and give this thing a proper review. Got my stupid turn signal on. God, man, I've done that like 3 times today. We got some pictures. I forgot to hit record the first time. First time I lifted off and was doing 360s and stuff, I wasn't recording anything. You got a little record button, you got to remember to press the dang thing. So again, first drone, I have no real experience to base this off of in terms of what's good, what's bad. I'm just going to give you my opinions, which are plentiful. So first thing we got to do is turn this guy on, and we hold the button down. We get little blinky lights. Green's front, red's rear. They're blinking at a very fast pace, and for some reason this is what we have to do. This is the instructions. I'm gonna set my phone down right here. You have to rotate this guy so that it can get its bearings and its orientation. I usually do 2 full circles, and now we've got solid green and red on one side and slower blinking green and red on the other side. Now you have to do rotation like this. I don't know what the deal is, man. I'm curious. Now you can see lights are all flashing in unison. They're flashing in unison at stage 1, but that basically indicates the drone is calibrated and ready to fly. But one thing that's nice about this, you got full streaming 100%. So here on the left, we've got an auto takeoff, we've got an auto land, and to sway, rotate, go up and down, you just use your thumbs right onto the control. So you can see that when you touch the screen, you've got a control there. You can touch the screen there, got another control. So it's super windy, and I'm at 80% battery. I'm going to try and keep this short. One thing I have noticed is when the battery gets below, I don't know, 35, we'll say percent, 40%, somewhere around there, it kind of gets unresponsive. It doesn't fly nearly as well as it does when the battery is near full charge or just anywhere above that 40%-ish range. So let's go ahead and take off. You hit that guy, and boom, takes off. It's really windy out here. The drone is definitely struggling. Come on, baby. All right, let's land. So that auto land is really nice. Auto takeoff is really nice. I'm gonna see if we get away from the bike here so we're in the sunlight. One thing that kind of stinks about the nice open area is being a windy day. The wind is affecting the drone a lot more. When I was in amongst the trees and the hills, the wind didn't really affect it until it got some serious altitude. All right, so here we go. The record button over here, you can take still photos. This thing has got a lot of really cool features, so I'm happy about that. All right, come on, let's get some altitude. Let's get you up. There we go. Okay, it's supposed to have like an altitude stabilization. Right now it's struggling. I'm gonna start recording. Hit the record button. Let's see if we can get her up. Whoa, come on, baby. Come on, come on. There we go. I'm putting my visor down. It's because of the sun. Man, it's just too windy for this. Okay, I think I've got all the flying I'm going to get out of this thing today. It's just super windy right now, and being in this nice open parking lot, I don't have to worry about crashing into trees so much, but it just won't get the altitude that it normally gets when it's not so windy. So I'm just going to run through the features real quick. I love the fact that I can do everything from the phone. I've got the auto takeoff, I've got the auto landing, there's a home function, so you can like one press on a button and it will return to home. It has a follow me function. I love the fact that you've got the live streaming right to your phone, and you can record still photos. I did test the follow me function in this actual parking lot, and I actually just hopped in my Jeep. I didn't have my bike that day, it was stupid cold, and I just drove around the parking lot, just did like 360 degrees around the parking lot, and it did follow me. I'm a little concerned with, like, when I take this out to the motocross track, if it's going to be able to keep up. It seemed to struggle a little bit, but it did follow me. But again, I was going super slow, like 10 miles per hour. So I don't know how fast the follow me mode is going to be able to go, like what its limit is, but we'll find out eventually. You can put an SD card in the you can put an SD card inside the drone. It's got a little slot on the side, or while it's streaming, you hit the record button here, it actually will record the stream on the phone, and then you can download the movies off of the phone when you get back to a computer, right? What else? There's a couple of features it has that I have not tested. Let's see. You can do waypoints, like you can program waypoints. I don't have goggles, so I can't test like the goggle view, and I don't know how you would fly it. I guess if you had the joystick or the traditional transmitter, you could do it that way. I did test follow me mode. Again, that works. We just talked about that. I don't know what that is. Waypoints is kind of interesting. I wouldn't mind testing that out. I might do another video where I just test out the waypoint functionality. And let's see. I really dig it. It's also got a low battery alarm, so the phone will start buzzing and the battery indicator will turn from the yellow at 36% to red. All right, things I don't like. I don't know if it's normal that I have to go through the orientation routine there at the beginning where we rotate the drone horizontally and vertically. I don't know if that's a standard procedure that lots of different drones use to orientate themselves when you turn them on. Not a clue. It feels kind of cheap to me that I have to do that every time. That's just me. The other thing I'm not a huge fan of is the battery life. Again, I do not have any other drone experience, but 10 to 15 minutes is about all you get. And if that's average, then I would say the battery life for this drone is average in comparison. And so I don't like the battery life. I don't think it's very good. The battery is also kind of proprietary. I would imagine most drones probably have proprietary batteries in them, but it would be cool if you could have multiple batteries, because I would say that battery life is 10 to 15 minutes, and maybe the entire battery life is closer to the 15 minutes, but the reality is once you get to like 35%, as you saw, I mean, it's a little bit more complicated because of the wind today, but once you get a yellow battery icon, and that's somewhere around 35%, the quality of flying the drone is slightly diminished for whatever reason. So usable flight time, battery life is probably more like closer to 10 minutes. It advertises 1080 HD, but the video quality I think is probably the worst 1080 HD I've ever seen. Video quality and the battery life are the two things I'm not a big fan of. And I tried with both. Well, the one thing I haven't tried is using a transmitter. I haven't even put batteries in the dang thing. But I'm wondering if using a transmitter and an SD card would increase battery life since it's not going to be streaming. that has to take a bit of battery power to do that live full stream. So if you didn't stream and you used an SD card, the transmitter has a record button, so you could conceivably just hit record, not see what you're recording, not use the phone at all. That might extend the battery life a little bit. I'm half tempted to try that. So that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm kind of excited. I can't wait to get the drone out to the motocross track. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult. I might try and get somebody to do the flying part for me. I don't know how well follow me is going to work, but we're going to give it a try and find out. That's for sure. And yeah, well, we'll see you guys later. It's a beautiful day. It'll probably be snowing here tomorrow. Till the next time, take care. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.